It is time for our Bulldog Conversation. Brad Radice here, and I'm joined by this guy, the soon-to-be voice of the Samford Bulldogs, Blake Gardner. Blake, congratulations on the big gig. I know you're happy.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure and an honor. First of all, even be considered for the role, but also, get to come back to this beautiful campus.
Right.
Just graduated very recently back in May, and to be able to represent my alma mater and cover some of its great student athletes is going to be a really fun job.
And I know you're stepping in for Mike Grace, who was promoted in our athletics department. Just tell me about when you got the phone call, how happy you were to have this opportunity.
I was ecstatic. I've always had a passion for sports, and that's shown through what I studied here. I was in Dr. Darren White's sports marketing program here at Samford, which I highly recommend, and also worked with Mike Grace and a lot of the athletic department. Bo Kerr, Martin Newton have been absolutely awesome to me at my time at Samford, really stand-up individuals and people who I've really learned from when working in the sports department. And so when the offer came, I was ecstatic, first of all, just to be able to say that I could represent Samford in this way, but also pursue broadcast and be able to kind of venture into some new things, try some new things, broadcast some basketball, some football, some baseball, and to be able to learn for 3 to 4 years under Mike Grace. He's been a consummate professional in his time representing Samford, and so I can hope to learn from him a lot more and follow in his footsteps as well.
And I know we say that the new voice of the Bulldogs, but you've been around the block. People are going to recognize your voice on the air. And you mentioned it a little bit, but having those opportunities as a student to get real-life experience has pretty much prepared you for this moment right now.
Oh, absolutely. Samford's such a tight-knit campus. You got about 5,000 students on campus right now, and there's a whole bunch of opportunities wherever you look, whether it be in the JMC department, the business school, which I've had interactions with, and all over campus. People are very helpful, very willing to help you if you reach out to them, and I was blessed to have a few of those mentors along the way here at Samford, which really propelled me and gave me the experience to be able to take a job like this.
And you touched on it a little bit, but just give me that background. When did you say to yourself at one point, boy, I would love to be in the booth. I would love to talk some sports?
So it started back when I was doing some radio producing for Samford Baseball, started kind of getting a little bit of on-air experience and had some fun with it, and Mike was eventually very helpful in letting me get some on-air experience with Samford Baseball, and then letting me be a sideline reporter my junior year for all the Samford football broadcast. And at first it's pretty nerve-wracking because, live air can be tough. You don't really get to script a whole lot. You kind of got to go with the flow and really trust your research and trust yourself to deliver your message and be comfortable doing it. And so once I kind of got that under my belt and started to get a little bit more comfortable with it, I decided that this could be something that could be more than just a hobby, and could be something that I could really pursue, and now I get a real life chance to pursue it on a daily basis.
Do you ever kind of say to yourself when you read it or hear it, voice of the Bulldogs of your alma mater, how proud are you that you're able to do something like this?
I was talking to some JMC students the other day, and I said it for the first time, and it felt really good just to know that you get to be able to represent this place. Samford University is a place that I have a great love for, a great respect for, and so to be able to kind of represent the university in that way and say to myself that I am the voice of the Bulldogs, and I'm in charge of covering such great student athletes that we have here, whether it be basketball, football, baseball, and all the other sports that we have on campus. Truly an honor, and I'm looking forward to upholding everything that title comes with.
And just give us a little bit behind the scenes of all that goes into being a play-by-play guy. It's not just showing up on game day and rattling off some names off a card. It takes a lot of preparation.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about what Mike Grace is going to do this Saturday for football. He started his prep probably on Monday or Tuesday of this week. We're recording this on Tuesday. He's well into his prep of working on Mercer, working on their offensive alignments, their defensive alignments. He'll go through and talk with their coaches and Samford's coaches about what to expect, what tendencies, what storylines do we need to watch. And from there, you can kind of craft the information that you want to cover and convey to the audience, but also kind of craft your own storylines that you want to convey, that you want to focus on as the game progresses. And so that's something that I'm working on doing for Samford basketball's upcoming road trip here as they start in San Diego. I'm working on covering all of our newcomers and some of the guys that we have coming back, like Kristen Cunningham and Wyatt Walker, and also this coaching staff's third year and how they're progressing with this team and implementing their philosophy across the roster, and should be fun.
And Mike has been so great for the university. Just what was one word of advice he mentioned to you as he kind of passes the torch along?
He's a big prep guy, so if he would say anything, he would say just keep prepping, trust your research, trust what you're doing, but also have fun with it. I mean, if you're not having fun with it, then it's gonna be a lot of long hours and long travel, and you can kind of get lost in that. But just have fun. Make sure you're always having fun. You're getting paid to watch sports, basically.
Yes.
I mean, you're getting paid to talk about sports. That's a pretty fun job. So remember that. Kind of take a step back sometimes. And remember, you can have fun with it. You're covering sports. You're covering some awesome student athletes that we're blessed to have here on campus. So just remember that and conduct yourself in a professional way, but also have fun representing Samford and representing its great student athletes.
Good deal. Blake, good luck, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Folks, more action right after this.